News 13 inside Las Vegas begins now.
Like a freight train was running through your house for about 5 seconds, and you just looked at each other and said, well, what was that?
A Saturday night rumbling across southern Nevada puts residents on edge and prompts calls to emergency numbers, newsrooms, anyone who may have known what it was. Yes, that was an earthquake. And if you felt it, you've got lots of company. Good evening, I'm Michael Geeser. It struck at 7:29 this evening. The magnitude 3.4 tremor was centered just 10 miles west of Las Vegas, and you could feel it all over the valley. Then at 9:13, the seismological lab at the University of Nevada, Reno reports a microquake 7 miles southwest of Boulder City. News 13's Christine Connolly is at the Regent Las Vegas, where gamblers and diners felt the whole resort move. But our team coverage begins with Dave Malkoff at UNLV's seismology lab. Dave?
Well, Michael, we are sitting at pretty much the only point in Las Vegas that you can actually see the earthquake. That is because of the seismograph right here at UNLV. Let me show you how it works. These two rods go all the way down to the bedrock of the Earth's crust. Now, the bedrock forms a conductor around the Earth's crust, and it can pretty much detect anywhere in the Earth where that shaking happens. Let me show you a case in point. This right here is the earthquake that we felt over in El Salvador. It's about a 5.8 on the Richter scale. That was very devastating down there, but it was nothing compared to this small earthquake that we felt today. Take a look at this video that we shot earlier today on the seismograph. This is what the earthquake looked like that happened right here in Las Vegas. It was centered, the epicenter of this earthquake was pretty much Charleston and Rainbow, so people around there really felt it. We talked to some of the people in that area, and here's what they had to say.
I was watching television with my wife and my daughter, and we were just sitting there, and it felt like a freight train was running through your house for about 5 seconds, and we just looked at each other and said, well, what was that? And then I walked outside, and I saw the neighbors across the street, and they were outside, and they were wondering what the same thing was. I thought it was like an explosion or something like that.
It wasn't not what I thought what an earthquake was like. I experienced one in New Jersey where the house shook, and but that only lasted a few seconds. But this was like a bomb. It wasn't like there was nothing shaking.
Nothing shaking, but this is the neighborhood. Nothing is shaking now. It is very quiet at this time. But the reason why they heard that sound was because of the sound waves that an earthquake forms. When an earthquake happens, you will hear the sound of the earthquake, but you really won't feel it because this was so small on the Richter scale that it wasn't enough to feel unless you were on a very high building. Michael?
All right, Dave, and some people certainly did feel it enough to give us a call. Dave Malkoff at the seismology lab at UNLV tonight. And our team coverage continues with News 13's Christine Connolly. Christine, folks at the Regent Las Vegas felt more than the dice shaking tonight.
That's true, Michael. They really feel like Lady Luck is on their side here because the 3.4 earthquake didn't even cause the building here to sway at all, but the floor did shift a little bit, and then the bets were on as to whether or not there was an earthquake.
When we were sitting there, it just shook the whole room, and I just told her, I said, no, it felt like something from The Exorcist. The whole bed was bouncing. So I was scared. Yeah, I'm scared.
At home, it shook people up, but at the Regent, it just felt like a rumble.
There was a vibration, shake, you know, not enough that it really shook the chandeliers and that type of thing, but there was a rumble or a shake there, and everybody kind of looked at each other to say, what was that?
In fact, this customer had to be convinced there was a quake.
Because I'm from New York, and like, you know, when I go to, like, if I'm on the subway, if I go on the subway, it feels like that's how it feels. The earth just moves. It didn't even faze me at all. I told her it wasn't even an earthquake. It's like, it's not an earthquake. No big deal.
The 3.4 tremor didn't shatter a single glass, but you could hear what sounded like a train going through the casino and a slight shift of the floor.
Well, I felt a little rumble on the floor. It felt like it moved a little bit, and I thought maybe something blew up somewhere, or it felt like a truck had hit the building, but it only lasted a few seconds.
Oh. Now, what really impressed people here is also what you heard from Dave was the sound. They say it was as if a plane or a train was actually going through the casino. That's what like, Michael?
Yeah, Christine, a lot of people asking us, was that an earthquake? Indeed it was. Okay, Christine, thanks. Tonight's tremor was the most noticed here in the valley since thousands of people felt the ground shake back in October of 1999. The so-called Hector Mine earthquake was actually centered near Joshua Tree, California, but it was felt right in the heart of Las Vegas. Confused tourists filed out of downtown hotels, worried for their safety. But while the quake registered 7.1 on the Richter scale, it was so far away, it caused only minor damage here in Clark County. Just yesterday, folks all across the area thought they had felt an earthquake. In fact, they were feeling the effects of a major explosives exercise at the Nellis Test Range. The drill, called Firepower, showcased the might of the F-16, B-52, and A-10 fleet. There is a history of earthquakes in Las Vegas. In fact, Nevada ranks behind only California and Alaska in the number of large earthquakes over the past 150 years. There are active earthquake faults in every part of Nevada, including Las Vegas, as we felt tonight. The Las Vegas Valley has 10 documented earthquake faults. Although most of the fault lines in the valley have not been active for thousands of years, they could someday become active once again. Plenty of fault lines are active along the California-Nevada border. This graphic shows all of the seismic activity in just the past day, including the most recent quake tonight. Seismologists say there are thousands of earthquakes each year in Nevada that are too small to feel. There are fault lines in Las Vegas that have the potential to produce strong earthquakes, but the timeline is between 1,000 and 10,000 years. Seismologists also say a strong earthquake in Nevada is more likely to be closer to Reno than Las Vegas. Fault lines run deep underground, but you can see the effects of one of them where Falcon Lane meets Alta Drive in Las Vegas. The road drops 40 feet from Alta east to Decatur Boulevard. Geologists don't know when the Decatur fault last moved, but some say this is one area where an earthquake is likely to happen. The chances of a bigger earthquake happening in the next few days are slim. There's only about a 6% chance of another earthquake this size happening, and with each day the chance of another quake decreases, and 5 days after the quake everything essentially goes back to normal. Today was moving day for the more than 100 pets at the Animal Foundation. They were relocated from the old shelter to a new $3.5 million facility across the street, but not before getting all wet. All the dogs were given a good soaking before being placed into their new cages. With the additional space, the shelter will be able to hold more animals until they find a permanent home. It is 33,000 square feet compared to just 7,500 at the old facility.
It's going to save lives because we have more space, so they're going to be able to keep dogs longer.
A grand opening will be held on Thursday. The facility was paid for with a grant and donations from the public. The new facility is a ray of hope for an animal shelter that has been under fire recently. Several people have come forward alleging mistreatment by the Animal Foundation. A group of concerned people spoke out against the shelter at a meeting last night. Now the group says it wants to file a formal legal complaint. The city of Las Vegas is also looking into reports of cruelty at the shelter. The Animal Foundation says they love animals and welcome the city's investigation to clear their name. A scary moment today for some Valley parents. A 15-month-old boy almost drowned when he fell into a neighbor's pool. It happened this afternoon at a gated community near Tropicana and Durango. The parents noticed their child was missing right away. Fire officials say the child walked through an open gate and fell into the pool. The mother performed CPR on the baby immediately, possibly saving his life. The 15-month-old was wearing a diaper, which rescue crews say helped pull the child down in the water. He was rushed to UMC and is expected to fully recover. Metro Police are asking for your help tonight to find a missing girl. 14-year-old Mauricia Deanne Boyce has been missing from her home in Maryland since yesterday. Police say she left there with $700 and might be on her way to either Las Vegas or Denver. Police also think she is with someone she met over the internet. Mauricia is about 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs about 200 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. If you see the girl, please call Metro Police. Specialists in California have identified the remains of a child's skull found in the mountains of Santa Cruz. DNA results show the bones belong to 7-year-old Ziana Fairchild, who had been missing since last December. Fairchild disappeared on her way to a bus stop near her home in Vallejo, California. Police are still investigating suspects in the girl's death. Last week, Curtis Anderson told Fairchild family members that he knew where the little girl was at. Anderson is in jail charged with the kidnapping and sexual assault of another child from Vallejo, California. He's also being investigated for the disappearance of a Las Vegas girl, Carla Rodriguez. Students across the country are using technology to learn about the world. It's called the Jason Project, and it's a unique interactive classroom that allows thousands of students in grades 5 through 12 to participate in live broadcasts from Hawaii. That's where students are learning about volcanoes and the ocean. And one of the students taking part in Hawaii is Green Valley High School sophomore Amarita Ramanan. Amarita will be in Hawaii for 10 days. She was chosen for her love of learning, leadership, science, and technology skills. Joggers might slow your commute tomorrow morning. More than 6,000 people will strap on their running shoes for the Las Vegas International Marathon. And that means some road closures around Sloan. From about 4:30 to 11 Sunday morning, State Route 604 will be closed between Jean and Lake Mead Drive. The rest of the road will be open, but expect stops here and there to let runners pass by. Eastern Avenue will also be closed from Warm Springs Road to Sunset Road. And motorists should expect heavy delays at Warm Springs and Gillespie. And if you are out at the marathon, look for News 13's Ron Futrell. He's been training for the big event and will participate in the race. He tells us it's just the half marathon, but he's participating nonetheless. Also, stay tuned to News 13 this week for more on Ron's running preparations. Should be fun. Still ahead on News 13 at 11, over the years, President Clinton has received thousands of dollars worth of gifts. Now the Clintons are giving them back. We'll tell you why. And the verdict is in for a former NFL star accused of sexual assault. We'll have the latest on the jury's decision to acquit Mark Chmura. Those stories and more when News 13 at 11 returns.
You're watching News 13 inside Las Vegas. A plumbing scam, and now she's thousands of dollars in the hole.
It's a ripoff.
But Contact 13 is fighting back.
Using this hidden camera.
6 unsuspecting plumbers, 1 hidden camera. You won't believe what we found. Money down the drain. Tuesday at 6 on News 13. For years, Allison McCarthy has helped you solve your problems. Now you can join her in her most personal story ever.
43% body fat? I don't like feeling this way.
Weight Loss for Life, Mondays at 5 on News 13.
At some drugstores, they seem to think people only get sick between 9 and 5. At Save-On, we know better. When most everybody else is closed, there's a Save-On pharmacy near you that's open all day, all night, all year. At Save-On, you can count on people who care.
Part Street Fighter, part Jet Fighter. The new 210 horsepower, supercharged Nissan Frontier.
Who loves you, baby? The furniture store, that's who. Come on in. If you've been turned down elsewhere because of no credit, new credit, bankruptcy, don't delay. Come in today. We can help at the furniture store with a guaranteed loan from a finance company. That means 10-minute approval and in your home today. See the largest selection of highest quality designer furniture and accessories in Las Vegas. If you didn't buy your furniture at the furniture store, you paid too much.
You can help build a strong community. Just join the team. Call the Team 13 hotline at 733-TEAM. Together, we can make a difference.
A jury in Wisconsin tonight took just 2.5 hours to acquit former football star Mark Chmura of third-degree sexual assault.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn to try the above entitled matter, find the defendant Mark W. Chmura not guilty.
Chmura, the one-time All-Pro tight end of the world champion Green Bay Packers, wept as the jury rendered its decision. Chmura was facing 40 years in prison if convicted of the charges stemmed from an alleged non-consensual sexual incident at an April prom party. A British jet made an unscheduled landing in Baltimore tonight after fumes filled the cabin. The British Airways plane set down at BWI on its Houston to New York City flight. Crew members reported the problem and sought permission to land. A special hazardous materials team was called out, and and 3 people were taken to the hospital with minor breathing problems. Call it presidential payback. Former President Bill Clinton and his wife, Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton, will return nearly half of the $190,000 in gifts they took from the White House. Mr. Clinton also says he'll cover part of the cost of his posh new office in New York City. The former First Family has taken plenty of criticism for the perks they took with them following an 8-year stay at the White House. Mr. Clinton says he regrets the controversy. News 13's Justin Cooper joins us now with a look at the complete forecast.
How'd you enjoy your day out there? Did you enjoy it? Were you able to get outside at all?
I did. Took a nice little run today.
That's good. It's going to be even better tomorrow, probably. Even a little bit warmer, maybe, yeah, as we can see. From things shaping up, the weekend looking pretty good. It's still looking at above average temperatures for this time of year. Let's go outside now and see how things are shaping up for this Saturday evening. And pretty much a clear night. There are a few high clouds hanging around some parts of the upper atmosphere, but you can see as we look there to the east with some of the planes coming into town, just little dots there in the sky as they start to make their way in. But basically a pretty clear night around the valley. Taking a look at our current temperature now at McCarran, we're looking at 53 degrees. 40% humidity, winds out of the south at 5, not much of a factor today, and the barometer holding steady there at 30.28 inches of mercury. As we take a look at current temperatures around your neighborhood this evening, 55 over the hump there in Pahrump, 53 in Las Vegas, 31 up at NDF, Mount Charleston, 53 Summerlin, and 54 in Clean Green, Boulder City. As we take a look now at your almanac, well, we saw 66 today, so we're about 5 above normal. Expect that trend to continue and be even more above normal tomorrow with our overnight low there of 39 and the sunrise tomorrow 6:39, bright and early. Get up and make sure to have a jacket if you're outside tomorrow because it will be a little bit brisk, but no winds to really speak of. Here's the satellite picture. You can see this huge ridge of high pressure really keeping things sort of out of our hair. They're keeping everything pretty much to the north of us. A little bit of rain showers there and some snow in the upper elevations of the Pacific Northwest. A small low pressure system out here will start to make its way, and the high pressure ridge in the middle of the week will start to dissipate a little bit as the trough digs down. That's when we're going to see a little bit of a change in the middle part of your work week. Here are some of the clouds. These are just some of the few clouds that have been hanging around here, but again, no real moisture associated with it, just high clouds up in the upper layers of the atmosphere. And you can see high pressure all over, all the little H's there. High pressure is really dominating much of the west coast. Also creating some offshore flow conditions and warm temperatures in Southern California. In fact, the record high for the nation was in Riverside, California at 86 today, and they're going to see more record high temperatures tomorrow. So if you're making your way back to Southern California tomorrow, take that into effect because it will be very warm. Around the country at this hour, 25 in Denver for your family and friends, 34 Kansas City, a warm one, and 71 in Miami, always warm there, 27 the nation's capital, and 21 there in Boston. Taking a look at the country and the picture with the storm systems. A little bit of a storm system here in the Midwest, mainly some lake effect snow here in the upper peninsula there around Michigan. Nice evening in the northeast. They saw a lot of high pressure there keeping things in control, so similar to what we're experiencing here. And some rain down south. You can see with the radar picture going underneath the clouds, sort of a band of moisture there around southern parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and into Florida as well. Currently in the region, 37 Salt Lakes, 54 Phoenix, still warm in LA, 66. And again, tomorrow we're going to expect to see some more warmer temperatures as we're expecting 82 for LA, 76 in Phoenix, 51 in the Mile High City. Mostly clear and cool for us tonight. We're going to continue to see our lows drop, probably about 41 for your overnight low with light winds. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. Thought we were going to be about 69. Now we're thinking about 67 and just a few light winds. And then we'll see here the 5-day forecast. You can see warming trend continues. We'll see into the first part of the work week, barely skirting there with the 70s, but I think we're going to be probably around 68 or so. And then a little bit of cool down expected as possibly a change in the weather towards the end of the week.
Boy, the fans sure were treated to a nice night out at Sam.
Oh, gorgeous night. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, forget the domes. Just play it outside. All right,
right,
Justin, thanks. Still ahead on News 13 at 11, a local student is hitting the books to give back to the community. We'll introduce you to the inspiring student in this week's Team 13 report.
The latest weather is just one phone call away. Call News 13's Weather Line, only from News 13, inside Las Vegas.
Looking for a great buy on a piano? Come to the Clean Sweep sale at Music World. We must sell 50% of our entire inventory this month to make room for trucks and containers of pianos arriving daily. New Musel pianos from $15.88, Samick Grands from $39.88, plus huge discounts on rent returns, discontinued models, and the biggest stock of pre-owned pianos in Nevada. Come to the Clean Sweep Sale at Music World, East Sahara at Eastern.
So you're bopping along happily through life, minding your own business, and all of a sudden, uh-oh, your phone minutes start running out. Well, now they don't have to. Sign up now with Cingular Wireless, and you'll get unlimited calls to other Cingular customers in your home area 24/7 with no airtime charges. You'll also get a compact Nokia 8200 series phone for just $99, and that is pretty cool. Cingular Wireless. What do you have to say?
This is my killer DVD system. Twin wave laser pickup, progressive scan output, 42 inches, 300 watts.
Want to get even more out of your DVD system? Get the DVD rental pass from Blockbuster. 30 DVD rentals, 30 days, just $19.99. With so many DVDs at so little cost, your system has never looked better. The best way to DVD is Blockbuster.
Here's 3 reasons the Gold Rush Casino in Henderson is the locals' favorite. Number 1, $3.95 Porterhouse. Prime rib and New York steak dinners 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Number 2, you don't have to search endlessly for a parking spot like at those giant mega casinos. You can pull right up to our front door. Number 3, payouts, payouts, payouts. The Gold Rush paid out over $10.5 million last year. You could be next. It's the Gold Rush Casino across from the Galleria Mall in Henderson, where the locals love to go.
Sometimes it takes just a small investment to get a big return, and we're not talking about tech stocks. We're talking about students, education, and community. Tonight, Team 13 reporter Jenna Anton tells us how a local principal and her former student are working on a priceless project.
Whoa. 13-year-old Marcello Colucci is holding a massive book drive, collecting books at Valley schools, door-to-door, and used bookstores like Bestsellers.
There's a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah. This book drive is Marcello's way of giving back and inspiring others.
Through this, I hope it kind of motivates other people to help more people. You know, this could be just the start of more things happening.
Marcello himself was inspired by a letter of recommendation written 3 years ago.
I have known Marcello since he started kindergarten here at Mark Carey.
Marcello is a sensitive young man who marches to a different drummer. I can envision him being very successful in a magnet school setting.
The letter was written by Carol Lark, Marcello's former principal at Mark Carey Elementary.
She had always been like a best friend to me at my elementary school, and she had always helped me, and she really helped me get to my dream.
Now Mrs. Lark works at C.P. Squires Elementary, an at-risk school in North Las Vegas, and that's where the books collected during Marcello's drive will end up.
I think it's very exciting. It warms my heart to think that I would have an elementary student who really cares about what I'm doing here at C.P. Squires. It's awesome. Now we will have libraries in every single classroom.
Marcello's collected 240 books so far.
I feel really good because I'm collecting the books for the kids.
He says he'll keep collecting as long as there's a need. Jenna Anton, News 13, inside Las Vegas.
Marcello is a student at the Hyde Park Magnet School. If you'd like to help with his book drive, you can call our Team 13 hotline. The number is 733-TEEN. Well, some said it couldn't be done. A pro football team that packs a stadium in Las Vegas will meet the Outlaws next on News 13.
Do you ignore your own needs? Let the people in your life overstep your boundaries?
I am afraid of confrontation. I feel anxious. My palms are sweaty.
Start to set some boundaries. We're going to show you how. Next, Oprah.
Monday at 4 on News 13. Monday at 5, it's a popular way to look younger.
I'm sure this isn't going to hurt.
And Dr. Resnick goes under the needle to see if this prickly procedure is really the fountain of youth. How's he look? And can Botox make you wrinkle-free? See for yourself. Monday at 5 on News 13.
Right now at Marie Callender's, you can take home any one of more than 30 mouthwatering pies for just $5.95. Marie Callender's. of America's favorite pies.
James here for the Furniture Store. Don't even think of buying furniture until you check out the Furniture Store. We have the best inventory of high-quality furniture in Las Vegas. Nobody can beat our deals. Here's the real deal. If you buy a sectional with motion or a sofa, love seat, and chair with motion, we'll give you at no charge a full formal dining room set, including the hutch and buffet, and in your home today. If you didn't buy your furniture from the Furniture Store, you paid too much.
Are you in your best automotive shape? It's a new year. Make the change. Certified Auto Retailers is pumping up the savings. Right now, save on cars, save on trucks, save on vans and sport utility vehicles. Get down to the one automotive sale you can really get pumped up about. Purchase any vehicle during this sale and Certified Auto Retailer pays for your membership in the Las Vegas Athletic Club. It's yours free. Check out the huge selection and savings. Financing is available even if you've had credit problems. Certified Auto Retailers. We're open on Sunday, too.
Hey, I've been working on the new Del Taco promotion. 79-cent chicken soft tacos. Just 79 cents for tender chicken, cheddar cheese, and a rich, creamy sauce, all wrapped up in a soft flour tortilla. Can you believe it? Just 79 cents? I even have my new intern, Jerry, working on it. Little fella's been working his tail off. Jerry! What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Neighbors, teachers, friends. They're the ones that make a difference in our lives, in our community. Do you know an unsung hero, a friend, a neighbor, a fellow worker who really deserves special recognition? You can see that they get that recognition now. Nominate that special person for a Jefferson Award, an award for outstanding public service. News 13 wants to honor those who make that positive impact. Nominate your unsung hero for a 2001 Jefferson Award. For details, call or log on to our website and watch News 13 Inside Las Vegas. Now, News 13's Inside Sports with Mario Diaz.
Over 30,000 Las Vegans showed up at Sam Boyd Stadium this evening to witness history and at the same time be a part of it. As the XFL, the Extreme Football League, along with its Vegas franchise, the Outlaws, kicked off less than a week after the Super Bowl. League owner and modern-day P.T. Barnum, Vince McMahon, was on hand front and center to officially make his dream into a reality. Cheerleaders on this night getting just as much attention as the players on the opening boot of the game. Jason Kaiser reverses to Jamel Williams, who sprints up ahead to the 40. Minutes later, already up 3-0, the Outlaws score their first touchdown. Comes off a 9-yard deflected pass to Ricky Brady, and the Outlaws go up 9-0. Clement was flawless on this night, throwing for 188 yards with 2 scores. This completion of former Rebel Lonnie Palele comes off the extra point, but check out the celebration afterwards. Fire the hole. Perhaps the most amazing sight at the game, though, the fans. Las Vegans sold out the stadium and turned it into a mini coliseum, something that team officials questioned a few weeks back, but there is no room to question this. Vegas has itself a winner as the Outlaws post the shutout 19-0. XFL also opened up play in Central Florida as Orlando hosts Chicago. Now, the way the league does its opening sort of like coin toss is by having 2 players sprint for football on the 50-yard line, 10 yards. And look at this. Oh, first injury in XFL history. In fact, probably the first one ever off a coin toss. What are you pointing at, Mike?
Wasn't that motion?
That was motion. Motion is allowed in this league as Orlando scores off the motion play there. Orlando ends up beating Chicago by a count of 33-29. Of course, Chicago coached by former Monday Night quarterback host Ron Meyer. Not a good debut for him this evening as they fall 33-29. Now, after getting off to a solid start under Coach Max Good, the Rebels have struggled of late, going 2-3 in their last 5 games. UNLV hoping to improve on those numbers at Colorado State. Coach Good, pretty relaxed going in, but it would have stayed that way. As for the Rams, they have not beaten the Rebels in over 3 years. Things changed, though, over time as minutes in, John Stevenson trades a 3. Oh, stay calm. But it's not what the Rebels want to see early on as the Rams take a huge advantage, 7-0. And, oh, there goes Coach Good. He is just spewing out the discipline. Rebels respond as Vince Booker hits the 3 there. But Colorado State took advantage of a Rebel team that did not have Dalron Johnson inside for this one, as they jump out to a 19-point lead at one point in the first half. Then, once the break is over. They come out and stretch it as much as 25. Oh, Luke Kelly, though. Junior drops in 16 points. Only bright spot for the Rebels on this night is the Rebels go down without much of a fight. Well, watch the corner of your screen there. Sylvester Dotson throws the punch, gets a technical, but the Rebels do not lose this one on technicalities. They fall by 25, 80 to 55. But of course, everyone's talking about the Outlaws, not the Rebels, the Outlaws.
Fun game tonight.
Interesting game to say the least.
All right, Justin will have your wake-up weather next.
When it comes to custom pools in Nevada, trust the #1 builder, Desert Springs Pools and Spas. Desert Springs Pools and Spas, 243-7665 or 436-1500.
Hey, that looks good. What are you eating? Easy Mac. Mom make it for you? No, I did. Does she know? It was her idea. All I gotta do is microwave noodles in water and then mix in the cheese. And it's good? Well, let's just say it's the cheesiest. Obviously, Easy Mac isn't the only cheesy thing around here. I know, but we all love you anyway.
Kraft Easy Mac for the cheesiest anytime.
On up to $6,000 in options on a Golden West home. Visit Nationwide today for our half-off sale in Las Vegas on Boulder Highway at Flamingo and also in Pahrump.
Justin Cooper here now with our wake-up weather.
Going to be a great day tomorrow and a little bit warmer than we saw today. Mostly sunny and warmer, as we see 67 for a high. And looking into the first part of the week, a little bit warmer Monday. Then we start cooling off back to normal temperatures. So we're going to be above normal, but I don't think we're getting any complaints from anybody.
No, good weather for the marathoners or half marathoners if you're Ron Futrell. Right. Made that clear. That's all for News 13 at 11. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here for News 13 at 6 tomorrow.